My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, welcome back. I know if you've been listening or watching the show for any amount of time, you've watched me or heard me interview a ton of multifamily investors. Everybody loves multifamily. I love multifamily, but there's a time and a place for multifamily. And that's what we're going to be talking about today with our special guest, Charlie Wessel, who is zooming in from beautiful South Carolina. And Charlie is going to be talking to us about different options, especially in today's climate, mid-2024, for creating cash flow and cash on cash with real estate. So Charlie, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Hey, thanks so much, Dave. Glad to be here, buddy.
Hey, give us a quick little snapshot. We were talking a little bit off camera, but give us a snapshot of what your real estate investing business looks like right now. Maybe what the current portfolio is made up of, what kind of properties you guys are buying recently, what you're looking at. Just give us a 30,000 foot snapshot, please.
Yeah, we do have over 1,000 doors of multifamily. So there was a good time and place for multifamily. I haven't seen it in a couple of years, but it's still, people still have to have a place to live. Yeah. I got a lot of buddies that do it. There's just a better way to make money. I feel like that easy, a little easier way to make money. So anyways, we have a hotel in Tahoe. We have a strip center in Alabama. We're closing on a medical office space in Alabama. We have a short-term rental fund that pays really well dividends.
Very cool. So you kind of, over the last couple of years, you've diversified out of just multifamily and you're looking at a variety of different asset classes.
Correct.
So what's kind of the apple of your eye these days, Charlie? What are you guys focusing more of your attention on asset wise versus other things?
I like, obviously I like the medical office space. I mean, this will be our second one that we're buying. It's a 14,000 square foot, 3-story building. I mean, it's a big, beautiful, big, sexy office building that is.
And what do you like about that versus compare and contrast for me versus?
Yeah. So your leases are anywhere from 5 to 10 year leases on it. I mean, we're right down the street from a major hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. Mm-hmm. It's triple net lease. We're starting at like 6%, returns to our investors year one, and it just goes up from there, as opposed to a multifamily where you're going to start with, if anything, 3. Mm-hmm. And then, next year you might get to 4.5. It's just a lot of different moving parts. I mean, we've had distributions paused on a couple of different multifamily assets, and I'm over it. Over it.
Yeah,
I'm in it for my investors. I'm in it for them. Because the more we take care of them, the better off we'll be.
The better they'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
Exactly. All right. So you're liking medical office space. That sounds good. What else has caught your eye these days recently?
I got another friend of mine who's been crushing it with RV parks.
Nice.
And I mean, they're have one in Pigeon Forge that they're about to go to. I mean, that's Myrtle Beach in the mountains. I mean, it's like the redneck Riviera in the mountains. I mean, it's got just a ton of amenities. Dollywood's there, ski resorts. It's just
so it's a 4-season kind of thing, really.
Oh, it really is. Yeah, it really is. So there's some tiny houses on it. They're going to be doing some glamping, yurts or tents or whatever.
Yeah, those round Mongolian things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've stayed in those things before. Me and my kids, my wife, we go to Carolina Adventure World. We like to ride dirt bikes and side by sides and all kinds of, big boy toys. So we stayed on them before. It's really nice. Even when it's cold outside, it's still nice.
Yeah. Very, very cool. All right. So RV parks as well. And you're mentioning that, did you say you've got a short-term rental fund? Did I understand that correctly?
We do, yeah. We have a short-term rental fund that's been ongoing since last year, and we've raised $38 million for it. It's wildly successful. The guys are just crushing it
Mhm.
on the deal. Um, but yeah, when you start moving away from the multifamily, you start seeing 2.5, equity multiples on things. You're like,
Yeah.
why have I been focusing on this 1.75 equity multiple the whole time with a 7% cash on cash over 5 years? When we go over here, do 12% cash on cash over 5 years, it's like 2.5 to 2.25, 2.25, 2.5 equity multiple.
Yeah.
Um, it's just a whole, I don't know. It's not easier, but it's kind
It's
of more
definitely
of a
more
no brainer.
lucrative.
It's more lucrative. And that's why we do this, is to
Yeah,
make money.
I guess a lot of people get scared about office space and all that kind of stuff because of everything that we heard around the pandemic and everything closing down and everybody working from home and all this kind of stuff. So what do you say to those people that are still nervous Nellies around office spaces when they come to you with that kind of an argument?
Yeah, I wouldn't buy an office space with your money, Dave, but I'll buy a medical office space all day.
There you go. That's it.
Population's doing nothing but growing. McDonald's is getting richer, which means we're all getting sicker. So the medical space is just going to continue to blow up. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I could go buy a string of, um, dialysis clinics right now, I do. I mean, it's just the way of the American way. You know,
Well, I'm up here in
Spend all your
Canada.
money on
We're
fast
pretty
food.
we're keeping up with you neck to neck there, my friend. I tell you what, we're just
Oh,
getting
I'm
wider.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, so there's a big difference between offices and medical offices. The big reason
100%.
being demographics. We're getting older. We need lots and lots and lots of medical care. And I guess, these days we're getting more vain too. So a lot of Botoxy type things happening and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff too, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very cool. So Charlie, you've been in the real estate space for quite some time. What would you say is kind of your unfair advantage? What's your secret sauce? What's the special thing that you bring to the table or comes easier to you than other syndicators, other active real estate investors?
Our unfair advantage is that I have been doing this for a while, and I know a lot of people in this business,
Hmm.
and we get to cherry pick the cherry picked deals. Like we go through the best deals out there because the guys know that we bring capital to. Don't send me anything that's not going to be, delicious. And then we just get to cherry pick out of those for our investors to say, hey, we really feel strongly about this deal and this operator, and we want to bring some capital into it.
Very cool. So it sounds like you've got the whole raising capital thing pretty dialed in. What are you finding, or what have you found has been most effective for you for finding new investor leads, raising new capital? I mean, I'm sure you're doing great with reinvestments and referrals. Are you doing anything else to bring on new investors?
It's harder than it's been since 2017.
Yeah. Why do you
We
say
could
that?
raise $1 million in a clip,
Yeah.
2019, 2020. Um, you know, that initial wave that you get in right after your webinar used to be like 750 grand. And it was like, all right, now it's time to go to work. Now
Yeah.
we got to go dial for dollars and tell people all about this great investment opportunity, because I really do consider what we do a good service to the people that that invest their capital with us. I
Hmm.
mean, we are hooking them up
So it's
with
getting more difficult. So what do you find is working better these days for you?
just same thing. I mean, you just got to get on the phone,
Hmm.
call guys, say, hey guys, look, we got this incredible deal. I mean, I don't like to sound salesy at all,
Hmm.
but I mean, you just got, where that 750,000 clip would come in. Now it's like 300.
Oh, yeah, that's
And I'm like, come on. We have twice as many investors as we had then.
yeah.
And it is just hard to raise money right now. It
You
really
think that's
is. I mean,
because
we've had
some investors have been burnt with other deals with other operators with, you know,
multifamily. Yeah, they're
yeah,
getting their butt kicked by all the multifamily guys out
yeah. So now they're
there. And
shy.
it's not as, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, they've been preaching for years about how, you know, passive income and you can quit your job and stuff. Yeah, if you start with $5 million, nobody who has 800, 500 grand is retiring from their job on multifamily distributions.
No, no.
Nobody. The sponsor will
Hmm.
with the acquisition fees and everything else, but he's got to keep going
Yeah.
unless
It's a
he's
very
got a
active
nice
income for
hefty,
them.
yeah, unless he's got a nice hefty, asset management fee built in there to keep the lights on and keep money rolling in the door.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, yeah, it's not, I mean, you know, to us, we see it so much out there. And yet, to guys that actually still that have money, this is still a new idea to them. Me and
Right.
you, I don't know how long you've been doing it, Dave, but I've been doing it since 2017. And it's, to me, I see it all over my social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, it's all over the place. But that's because that's what I do.
Hmm.
That's not what shows up on most people's social media.
No, definitely
So
not.
this is still a new concept to a lot of people out there.
Yeah,
And
most
there's
definitely.
trillions of dollars sitting there that we just hadn't tapped into.
And well, I want to, because you've got so much experience working with investors, Charlie, I want to throw something by you, see how it lands. And that is a big mistake I see a lot of my clients making when they're trying to raise capital, even from people who would be sophisticated or accredited investors, is they complicate the hell out of the deal. Like they send somebody an offering memorandum, and even though that person might be a doctor and very, very intelligent, they don't know the first thing about a real estate deal. And
Yeah.
here you are sending them this thing
Yeah.
that's just way too dense, way too deep, way too fast. What are your thoughts about kind of easing a prospective investor or educating them up to speed on what you're up to?
Yeah. I mean, that's why we try not to use acronyms like, average annual
IRR and
return. Yeah.
yeah,
IRR. I've never used that ever.
and
Do you know how
NOI
difficult? Do you know that
cap
there's
rates.
almost no human out there that can factor IRR? I mean, without a financial calculator, it's impossible,
Yeah,
or without Excel.
yeah.
So everybody can factor average annual return.
Hmm.
You take the returns you get, a total over the deal, and divide it by 5 or divide
Hmm.
it by 7. And here's this magical number. And believe it or not, it actually ends up being a higher number than your IRR
And easier for somebody else
IRR,
to somebody outside of the field to understand for sure.
yeah, yeah. And IRR is, when IRR is 16, your average annual returns 18, 19 and a half, you know? So yeah, it's just easy. Yeah, keeping it simple, stupid is so important. It really
Yeah.
is. So we try, I mean, you know, somebody could look at, yeah, we'll put a link on there to the deck,
Hmm.
but you can find out everything you need about this deal in a one-page email that I'm sending out.
Yeah. And then the other question I wanted to throw by you, because you've made the switch from multifamily into different assets, including medical office spaces. Is it is it a is it a big challenge to kind of re-educate your multifamily investors into these new asset classes, or have you figured out a fairly streamlined way to do that?
Not really,
Yeah.
just show them bigger returns.
Mm.
Say we're still buying real estate. We're dealing
Just
with
a
less
different,
people.
yeah.
We're dealing with less people. Um, the people that sign these leases, they eat way less crayons than apartment renters. So it's just, I mean, really and truly, it's easy.
Yeah. So you
It
already
is.
got them. They've drank the real estate Kool-Aid. You're just offering them a different flavor.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
No, that makes
And I've
sense.
never done an RV park before. I've seen hundreds of them. I've seen them come across my desk, but I've never done one. And we're about to launch one here next week.
Oh, that's exciting stuff. That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome, Charlie. Well, hey, if people want to find out more about you and connect with you, where should they go? What should they do?
Cordell Capital, Cordell capital.com. Go there, sign up for our email list. We'll send you an email. You can book call there. Yeah, I'm here in my office every day, but for Monday through Thursday. I play golf on Fridays.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'm
That's what you
dad
should
on
be doing.
Saturday and Sunday. So yeah,
Nice. Nice. Good stuff. Well, hey, Charlie, thank you very much for sharing your insights on what's going on with the market these days and a few of your tips around the raising capital side of things. That was really good.
thank you so much, Dave. Been fun.
All right, everybody, take care, and we will see you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.